I hope you are watching this from your nice comfy space that you've created for yourself, and I hope you managed to pick yourself up a journal. Like I said last week, this session is going to be on self-awareness, and it's really important to be able to understand where we are at before we can then make change. So the reason I got you to do that task was because it makes you think. It makes you think, right, if I was to put physical, and I'm going to use physical as an example quite a lot of the time because it's the journey I went on. So a lot of the examples I'm going to give you is going to be from my perspective, but take on board it in the context that you are looking to change. So yeah, looking at that, those scores that I had when I did this task, it was having that physical visual in front of me that was like, oh wow, okay, something does need to change. And even just sitting down and writing a little paragraph on each area, right, I am feeling this, I am doing this, this is what I'm experiencing. For example, the physical, I was going out on hikes and I was going out on walks, but I wasn't enjoying it like I used to because of the way I felt. Like my hiking, I would be going out camping, I would struggle to carry the bag, I would struggle to walk up hills, I would be hot, I'd be sweaty, I'd be sticky, I'd feel disgusting, and it deep down inside, it didn't make me happy. And it was like, oh, I got to the point where it was like, oh, I really don't want to go. I really can't be bothered to do that. I really can't, because I knew the feelings I would be getting when I was doing it, and it didn't feel good, it didn't feel nice. Even though I love it so much, I was at a stage where I myself was stopping myself from actually doing what I want to be doing from the actions I was doing in the first place. So the eating crap foods, the eating junk food, the not having a consistent way of working out, and it all interlines, as I've discovered the last year or so, to how I was feeling. I was eating those foods for a reason. They were a comfort food. They were all I've ever really known. They were like suppressing stuff, and being able to write that all down and be like, right, okay, so these are the areas I want to focus on, these are the actions I need to put in place to change these things, and then put in a plan. So that's the reason I got you to put those scores in that in those areas, because now you can go away and figure out what areas it is that you want to start to make change. So now that you've got those areas, it's a case of planning and working out how to take action. So this week is going to be focused on the whats and the whys. For me, the whats and the whys for my change in physical, it wasn't I want to be this weight. It wasn't I want to look like this. It was I want to be able to go on a hike and enjoy it. I want to be able to carry my own stuff and not feel like I'm going to die. I want to be able to surf better. I want to be able to not feel horrible after going away hiking and come back and have to have 3 days rest because I'm absolutely knackered. So it was the what do you want and why? I was fed up of feeling like that. I was fed up of feeling uncomfortable, and it all links in. So this week, go over your areas and why do you want to change that? What are you going to change about that? And try and make it about how you feel, not like anything for external purposes. Try and think of the internal purposes. So I've attached the tasks for this week onto this post. I really want you to go away and think about where you currently are with those scores. How are you feeling? Why are you feeling like that? And then aligning it to where you want to be. So this is where I am. This is where I want to be. What actions do I need to take to get to here? And what things are stopping me from taking those actions to get to here? So there's a lot of questions this week to ask. So take your time. Again, make sure you're in a space of focus to be able to really sit down, write them down, feel them, acknowledge them, be truly honest with yourself. And then once you've got the gist of it, once you've got your whats and your whys, I want you to then put them into a contract. Write yourself a contract. I am not going to let X, Y, and Z affect X, Y, and Z. I've left a link in there for you to go and have a look at some example contracts. But write it, handwrite it, and sign it. It might not even be in your journal. It might be on a separate piece of paper where you can put it on your bed, or put it on your desks, or put it somewhere where every morning you wake up and you see it. And then I've left a fun little task at the end for you to do as well, because we underestimate ourselves. We really, really do. We underestimate what is possible, and it's no fault of our own. It's like a limiting belief that's been put upon us through the way that we've been brought up, through the experiences we've had, through not being able to see it firsthand. So I want you to complete the final task without any limitations. If you could be living your dream day, your dream life, what would it look like? And try again not to go on the external things, but internally, how you feel, what you're doing day to day. It's just a good task to do, and it's a fun task to do, and it's a mindful task to do. So that's the task for the week. Again, if you have any questions, just ping us over a message, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm going to go inside now because I'm being attacked by midges.